Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I would like to share a little unboxing with you guys. This is actually being recorded shortly after my birthday, so this is kind of like a little birthday surprise to myself. This is actually a knife that I picked up through a Kickstarter with Artisan Cutlery, or CGRB, that company, and very excited to get this. Honestly, I kind of forgot about it because it was essentially a project knife with Kickstarter, and I placed the order a while back, but I know exactly what's in here, and we're going to get into it in just a sec. The unpackaging knife is going to be my TRM Shadow. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. It is pretty darn nice. One thing I do have to say about it is that now that it's been about a week or so since I've had it, I'd say that it's broken in quite a bit for the most part. I am very tempted to actually take it apart just to clean it out a little bit better, but I'm curious to see if I can possibly get some stronger Omega springs for that, because they've gotten kind of weak. The action hasn't gotten mushy or anything. It's just it's a little lighter than I'd prefer. It's still wonderful action. It's a little lighter than I'd prefer, but whatever. That is for a different video. Let's get into this. Alright, so there's a little note here. Okay. Alrighty. Get a nice little artisan cloth and a fuzzy lined dual pocket nylon pouch, some candy, of course, and here is the star of the show. So this is the BOA, a collaborative design with triple striped knives. This is definitely on the more compact side, and I'm glad that it is so, because I have been checking out a lot of large stuff lately, and I kind of want to get back to something that's a little bit more compact, and that's what this is. So this came at a pretty good time for sure. This is being made, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, this is, I don't know why I thought that this was being made by somebody else. This is from CGRB, or Artisan Cutlery. That's pretty much about it. It is perfectly centered. This specific variation, and I believe there were 4, but this one was one of the more affordable ones. It was the rustic pattern, and it was supposed to be the green canvas inlay, or micarta inlay, and then just regular just a typical finishing on the titanium. You get a beautiful milled pocket clip there, very well finished. There is actually some tiny micro milling on there, which looks pretty cool. I'm not too sure if my camera is actually picking that up, but I can definitely appreciate it for sure. Just look at how well the machining is to accommodate for the shape of the actual inlay on this side. So it's kind of like not a frame lock, but it wouldn't be an inset liner lock by any means. It should still feel just like a frame lock, just with a little bit more comfort added, I suppose. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. This has many different deployment methods. You have this large front flipper here, dual studs, and of course a blade hole. I'm sure we can get to that in just a sec. All right. Ooh, nice and smooth. Strong detent. Yeah, that feels good. That feels really good, actually. The disengagement, it's a very thick bar. There are chamfers on both sides of it. I definitely appreciate that. It is very comfortable. That feels excellent. It really does. Now there is this little harpoon notch cut out right here, at least for me, because I do have large to extra large size hands, but slim fingers. I would prefer to have this maybe a little not so scooped out and aggressive right there, because I kind of feel like it kind of jams my thumb a little further back than I would prefer. I mean, I would like to be maybe like right there. It's not much of a difference, and of course in use you'd get used to it, but yeah, maybe they'll make a BOA Plus, possibly. I know a lot of people would go for that, because there are plenty of people out there that that prefer larger knives for sure. Let me try the front flipper. Oh yeah, that is really easy to get to. That feels great. Yeah, that's excellent. Let's go ahead, check up solidness, side to side, nothing, up or down, rock solid. See any play in the pivot. You know, I could feel a little bit there, but I do gotta muscle it. So not really anything surprising for CJRB and Artisan Cutlery's fit and finish, especially stuff that I've checked out in the past. I haven't had too many of their things on the channel, but this feels quite similar to some of the stuff that I have checked out, just with slightly more upgraded materials. The blade material on this is going to be S35VN, which is excellent. I got nothing wrong with S35VN. And the blade finish here, it is a slightly polished satin. I'm not the biggest fan of satin, but this was a model that was released with very limited blade finishes. It really, the main difference was the handle finishes, and there was actually one like ultra premium version that was solid mokutai, I believe it was, and it was absolutely gorgeous for the price that it was coming at. I was gonna go for it and just say screw it, I can sell some stuff and be able to pay for it, but there were other pre-order knives and other things at the time that I was involved in, and I just could not pull the trigger on it. So yeah, it was a full, I believe, mokutai construction with a sand polished S90V blade, which was just absolutely gorgeous. It was genuinely an art piece, but this is something that I would definitely be able to, you know, comfortably use a little bit more. I mean, I'd probably still use that one as well if I actually ended up getting it, but this, it wouldn't bug me to get a couple little scratches and dings and dents on it. As long as it actually stays in the collection, of course, I'll be sharing with you guys in a couple weeks here what I actually think about this, if it's actually going to stay in the collection or not. Because right off the bat, I mean, there are a couple little things that I can just see maybe it is, maybe it isn't for me. But you know, different designs, they grow on me in different ways. I have some in the collection that you wouldn't think would be in the collection because they differ so vastly from everything else. This could be very much one of them. So we'll do size comparisons. We'll take the weight, check out that factory edge. I apologize, my desk up here is pretty freaking messy. I'm just trying to reach over here for some size comparison knives. Let's get some stuff that I've been getting recently. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So here we have the Migron Curix 2. So very similar in overall length, but the Curix 2 does have a little bit more overall length. It also has a half finger choil, so you can choke up a little closer versus the BOA. So that's just a design thing, that's all it really is. Here we have the TRM Neutron 2. It is almost on the dot, the same exact overall length, which is excellent. But again, you don't have a choke up spot with the BOA as you do with the Neutron 2. Let's do the beautiful Spyderco Native 5. And then last we can do the Civivi Vision FG. Now the Vision FG also a lot larger overall length, and these also have choke up positions unlike the BOA. So I do definitely think that just having the one grip position is going to keep people from getting this model and design overall. It's a great looking knife, it really is, but it is very simple and plain when it comes to the ways that you can actually grip it for comfort as it is. So of course you can pinch grip it, and it's small enough, at least for me, to be able to get my finger out on the tip and use it for scoring cuts and just a little bit more precision work. Let's go ahead and get the weight. I could check the hardware on this too. I'm hoping it's all T8, hopefully. It looks to be, but I could be wrong. 3.1, got nothing against that. It's good to go for me. Let me see, I didn't even check if there was any internal milling. I doubt there would, nope, there is not. So I'm sure a lot of the weight is shaved off to accommodate for the inlays, of course, but there isn't any added, so not a big deal, whatever. You do have a little backspacer here. You have the Artisan Cutlery right there, and then the triple stripe logo right there, and also a lanyard pin for lanyard lovers. We get a piece of paper. We'll check out that factory edge. Hopefully they didn't over polish it. I've been getting in a lot of stuff that is excellent in sharpness right out of the box, but it almost seems like some companies are over sharpening them a little too much. So check that out right now. Oop. It's me. It's not actually the knife. I keep slipping off of them because it is a little tight, but I just got to get used to it. The studs actually stick out just a little bit past the frame. I was just kind of skipping off of them, but they are actually grabby enough and feel quite good. Oh yeah. That is an excellently finished working edge. Nothing super high end. This does definitely feel like it's a little bit thicker behind the edge, but it's good enough for the most part. You do see that there is a good bit of fuzz there, so it's not the best finished edge I've ever seen, especially at this price point. There is better out there, that's for sure, but it's good to go. It's a wonderful working edge out of the box, which I can definitely appreciate. I'm sure many of you can as well. And let's just take a look at this thing overall before we call it a day. Have the little Artisan logo right there, nice and tucked out of the way. I don't mind it whatsoever. Very aggressive, deep harpoon right there. Definitely going to be for people with smaller hands, medium to small hands. If you have large hands, you're almost guaranteed going to feel a little cramped trying to nestle in there. You have the model number, blade steel stamp, and this is the pocket clip side inlay. It is non-reversible, so there's that. The clip actually has a little square milled out space, so it keeps the hardware to a minimum and solidness to the max, which is excellent how they have that milled nice and flush right there. Let me go ahead and grab, what is this right here? I was working on something else off to the side. Yeah, this is a T8. Okay, cool. So we got T8 bit. Go ahead and check the pocket clip. Perfect. Body screws. Perfect. Inlay screws. Dude. Yes. Yes. Pivot both sides. Not too sure if it's captured. Having, you know, axis on both sides typically indicates that it is a free spinning pivot. And as I saw on the, what was it, the Pyrite, they made it look like it was a captured pivot when it wasn't. This could very well be the same thing, but for now this thing is looking pretty freaking good. You have all T8 construction, beautiful inlays that will definitely patina over time, of course, as micarta does. Would have been nice if there was different colors of micarta available, but you know, this was this was a small project, so you know, they did as much as they possibly could with I guess what was available to them at the time. So there's that. If you take a look at the sharpening choil and plunge grind, it's like right there. So you can probably get 2, maybe 3 sharpenings before you start to curl up right there at the edge and create a smile. Would have been nice if it was laid a little further back, but that's being really nitpicky at that point. And if you take a look back over here, it looks like there's internal stops, which is awesome because if you really wanted to, you can go ahead and use a Dremel and Dremel out a space right there if you decide to do so, of course. It looks pretty good to me. I'm probably not gonna do that. Yeah, this thing does feel a little bit on the thicker side behind the edge, but the blade stock thickness is on the thinner side for just typical EDC work, but it does just feel a little thicker than most stuff behind the edge. So this is gonna feel a little bit more robust, not uncomfortable by any means, but it's just gonna feel a little bit more robust going through thicker material like cardboard, things like that. So I don't really think I missed anything at this point. This thing looks pretty good to me. It feels great. No marks, there's nothing wrong with it really. So I'm definitely excited to have it now in the collection, and I'll be taking it to work, fidgeting with it a crap ton, disassembling, cleaning, just giving it my usual, overall assessment. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing. I know I definitely did. I'm excited to fidget with this thing a lot because it has so many different deployment methods. With that being said, leave a like down below. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your guys' support and your patience. Of course, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing because I have plenty more videos and content coming your guys' way. And with that being said, have a wonderful rest of your day.